Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the Call 45 show. Welcome to this Wednesday. We're going to talk City Talk Wednesdays. We'll call that City Talk Wednesdays. Any big news around the city, we'll talk about it. I know you guys will probably be bored, blah, blah, blah. Why don't want to listen to this guy? But we got some City Talk Wednesday news. If you guys live in your city, you guys know you have all these big news and talks of what's going on in your city. Well, today we're talking about my city of San Diego. It's a big metropolitan city, and we have big news. You guys know the big thing nowadays, besides Uber and Lyft and all these other little pickup car site, driver working job site things, right? We have a thing, or now that's taking over some cities like San Francisco, LA, San Diego, and any every other city like New York. You guys probably have them. Dockless bikes. We had Dockless bikes for a while. They were just like green bikes. Also, they didn't really work out well. We still have them, but eh. And you guys know New York has the ones by Citibank, and LA has theirs, and San Francisco has theirs. Well, now, Dockless bikes. Yes, Dockless bikes and Dockless scooters are taking over the big rural cities and big metropolitan cities like San Diego, LA, Arizona, San Francisco, District of Columbia, DC, um, New York, any of these big rural cities. They are now officially taking over. Like Ofo is one. Lime bikes also make Lime S, which is Lime scooters. And then there's Mo Bikes. I think there's maybe some other companies I'm missing, but those are only top three that are taking over our cities. And then for the bikes, there's Bird. There's Lime S, and there's another one. I think it's called. Can't think of the name, but there's three. I think it's called Spin. Spin. They're the top three, and the top two I think are taking over is Bird and Spin. No, Lime S is pretty big. I think Bird and Spin are the top ones for San Francisco, but you guys know here in San Diego, it's big talk around the city for Dockless bikes and Dockless scooters because you guys know Dockless bikes are everywhere here in San Diego. They plop anywhere. Cause I was up in LA. I was driving up to LA last week for my brother's graduation area, or Ventura County area. You guys know what that is. But driving towards LA, and I saw a guy in his truck, and he had loads full of bird, Dockless scooters, right? So we put them out there, Dockless scooters, blah blah blah. And I guess now people just take those whoever's distributing them, puts them in the truck, and just drops them anywhere. But I think mostly you see these Dockless scooters. Some parts are streets, but mostly in beach areas. Like ours, we're in talks right now banning Bird scooters and whatever other Spin or Lime S. We're banning all these because they're taking over our beaches. You guys know our beach walks. We got the Mission Beach, the big old walk that takes the Mission Beach to Pacific Beach. Back, you can ride that big old boardwalk. Our boardwalk ain't that big of like LA's, LA's boardwalks and all those are bigger. Ours are small. So you're fitting all these Bird bikes, or Bird scooters, Lime S scooters, and Spin scooters. And I guess the rules are you have to have a driver's license, you have to be over 18, you have to wear a helmet, you have to follow all these guidelines to ride these Birds, Lime S's, and Spins, right? And they're taking over air because they're blocking all our streets, blocking our railways. People get hurt, injured, and I saw kids like younger than me, like I'm 22. There's like kids maybe like 15 or 16, even like these small kids riding these Birds and Lime S and Spin bikes. I think we're mostly with Birds in our city. I never seen no Lime S or Spins in our city, but soon to be coming, right? Riding them without a helmet on. They see them almost fell off one, and that's the big news. And we want to ban Bird scooters in our beach areas and stuff because it's taking over. There's videos on it. We're in talks of banning it because nobody likes it here. It's just taking over and cramming our spaces, and some just use them without riding helmets, no driving, no this, no that, and they find a way for somehow not to pay for their Lime scooters, whatever you call it, Lime bikes, I mean the Lime S scooters or the Birds, whatever, but ours is Birds, and it's like I don't get why people don't pay. They find a way to unlock, right? People just ride them, blah blah blah, and all the homeless around here try to find a way to get around. So I don't see them use Birds, but the dockless bikes. So we want to ban those in our railways. People are saying they just drop it anywhere. They drop it like on the corner of the street, middle of the street, anywhere. They just drop these scooters. And all these companies and businesses down in Mission Beach, Pacific Beach are just not liking it because it's clogging our beach areas, and it's just a hazard. We have all these people on longboards and this and that, and they also made see some people on the motor skateboard now. Had a little motor skateboard on it. That's another big thing, but not like dockless or anything. I just use them and see people ride them, but I think I've seen any people ride them in the area that I know of. But yeah, that's a big thing, and we just want them off our streets. We want to ban them because people riding without helmets, blah blah blah. This and the third, blocking our areas. Business owners, people at businesses are like, they're just in our way, and we can't do nothing, or people get hurt, or there's no way when people are riding or walking and they don't see them, they trip over and fall over them. So it's like, sorry about that. It's like, come on, like let's get real here. So that's another big one, right? That's another huge one. And the dockless bikes. The dockless bikes are the exact same thing as the birds, the lionesses, and the spins. Another big thing. The dockless bikes, the OFOs, the line bikes, and the Mo bikes, right? Those are the three big things right now. Also, that a lot of people are not happy about because they're blocking them. They just drop them, like I said, they drop them anywhere, right? They just drop them like, hey, I'm gonna put them here. But I mostly see, you see them at the beaches, but not as much as see the spins. Those are the big things. But I see them at all our transit areas. If you take the trolley, bus, all those transit areas, plot bikes, downtown, plot full of bikes. Anywhere you go, like where I live, I'm assuming it's homeless or regular people just take the bikes and just drop them anywhere. Like literally, where I live, I saw like at least 2 bikes so far at the bottom of the hill, at least. Like even towards where I go, where the Starbucks and the Chili's restaurant is, I saw like 3 bikes lined up, and they're all OFO. And I see, these bikes, right? And they're just clogging up our areas, and there's ways. It's all on YouTube videos. There's ways. There are ways that you can unlock it without having to pay, and I see a lot of homeless. I could tell they're homeless, or at least can't afford nothing. I see them ride these OFOs. I haven't seen no people ride them. I see them with OFOs. I see the OFOs all trashed up, so knowing it's a homeless guy. You don't see no regular run-of-the-mill Joe take an OFO and trash it up. I see a bunch of them trash it when I go to the gym, or because there's like a bus stop by the gym, kind of close by the gym. I see a bunch of just line bikes, OFO bikes are just there. Some of them are just trash, and there's some other gym that they park in front. They're just trash. I could tell they're probably homeless, or at least some people don't think of the bikes. But literally what you do with these bikes, you buy them, I think it's like $1, you scan it, you unlock, because you can't ride it because it's on a hinge. So the hinge has to unlock, and you can ride it. And basically the OFO, I think the OFO and the Mo bikes are Chinese companies, and the line bikes is American. All of them are trying to make these for college kids, college kids who ride bikes in their school, this and that. But now they're just putting anywhere in their cities. And LA is getting them, and I know we have San Francisco. I think San Francisco is really popular with the birds, and a lot of people are hating those birds in San Francisco. They're just trying fast, people getting injured, people get run over. That's the big one, the bird scooters. But I think they have those as well, the line bikes, all those bikes. But that's the big thing for where we live. Is these dockless bikes. Like I was at the transit center yesterday, and just bikes and Mo bikes and line bikes, and didn't see much OFOs, but Mo bikes and line bikes are just thrashing our city and just causing havoc. And I'm assuming a lot of homeless probably have like a rock or a hammer that could break open these hinges. A lot of people don't lock up when they're done, because you have to lock up to pay. I think they probably just keep thinking that you're riding a bike, So I know a lot of people probably break hinges because I see a lot of people riding these. I'm like, how can homeless people ride these without them having to pay? Or they don't have the app. You have to use the app to pay to ride. You not just use $1. There's no like a machine on the bike, And I've seen YouTube videos on how to unlock them without paying, which is kind of crazy. So it's like, how do you pay? I see the hinges unlocked. You can't ride. You can't just hop on the bike and ride because the hinge won't come off. You actually have to open it with a little hinge. So that's a big thing right now that a lot of people are not hating. I think a lot of people don't know that the homeless are riding these. It's more like a lot of us millennials are, a lot of us people that can afford it, riding these birds, and they're just flooding our city. It's just way too much that we have going on in our city right now. Because we're building a lot of stuff lately. You know, we're getting another trolley railway just for downtown area, just a small downtown ride area. We're just getting so much stuff, new buildings, this, possibly the new stadium for soccer or football, whatever it is. Everything is just up in the air right now, but we have all these Dockless bikes and Dockless scooters to worry about that we want to get. I think mostly, I don't know, maybe the bikes we might ban soon, but I know the scooters we're thinking about banning because they're just flooding our beaches and it's just taking over everything, and even the bikes. So we'll see if we're going to ban those as well. But yeah, those are the big things, the Dockless scooters, bikes. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think about these Dockless scooters and Dockless bikes, and if you rode one, what do you think about them? Are they cool? Are they whatever? Or you never rode one, you never will? You think, is it crazy because in your city a lot of homeless and a lot of crazy people, or just regular people like yourself are just riding them and just putting them anywhere, just like out of the way? And on my way, me and my dad were going to a coffee shop. On my way to the coffee shop, I saw some lady. I think it was ran an OFO, but she put it on to off to the side. So I'm like, that's cool, you know. That's what you should do. Put it out the side, out of the way. Put it out the side, out of the way. Locked it, you know, did her thing. And she probably read it again. Yeah, because it comes with little baskets in the front. I think the Mo bikes don't have baskets. I'm not mistaken. But it's like an orange gray logo. The OFOs are black and yellow logo, and the Line bikes are the lemon, the yellow and green logo. So it's a big thing. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about these Dockless bikes and Dockless scooters? I think they're kind of crazy. I never rode one. Probably never will. But let me know if your city, big metropolitan city or just rural city or anything big like that has these Mo bikes, Line bikes, OFO bikes, any kind of dockless bike, and if your city has a dockless scooters like the Spin, the Bird, and the Lime S. Let me know in the comments section below. What do you think, guys? Is your city banning them? Is your city up in talk of getting rid of these? Because this is a big thing right now, and it's flooding our city like crazy. Anywhere I go nowadays, I just see these dockless bikes everywhere. Literally, I haven't seen the Birds because the Birds are mostly down by the beach areas. But I see most of these bikes everywhere, just flooding our city, and it's just crowding our city up with just stuff that a lot of people might want to ride these things. They do, they put them back safely, but it's everywhere. And if you can't afford it, don't ride it, right? So just a lot of homeless, like just a lot of people my age that are just riding it, and like most of the homeless, like how can a homeless afford it without using it? At least the homeless has a phone and just I don't know, but I think we haven't really talked about the homeless using these because it's mostly just flooding our city. That's the only thing I hear. But you have to include the homeless in these. I've seen homeless ride these bikes and saying, "How can you afford these things without using the app or paying?" You know, because maybe just they find a way to unhitch the hook. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about these dockless bikes and dockless scooters, and if your city's banning them and not banning them. But what do you think? Have you rode one before? What do you think about them? Are they cool? Are they worth getting the app and riding one or not, or just a typical run-of-the-mill bike or run-of-the-mill electric scooter? Let me know in the comments section below. And do you think these electric skateboards are going to be the next dockless thing? Like we have dockless bikes and scooters, so would we ever see a dockless skateboard? Let me know in the comments section below, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.